Dan. Hey, I'm out here in Caldwell, Idaho, and we're just checking on this Kingdom Hall. There's obviously nobody here. I think because they're selling these things off, really. I looked online. Let's see. Let's just ring the bell. Just ring the bell here and see if anybody comes. Just knocking on the door. Reason I'm knocking is because there's a car in the parking lot, and maybe there's somebody here. But again, it says due to COVID. Hey there, how you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Are you having any meetings today?
No, we're not. We're actually cleaning.
Oh, okay. They said the meetings were back open.
They will be. They're not.
They will be?
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, good. You?
Good, just checking it out. I thought we were going to get to come to a meeting. How you guys doing?
Yeah.
You
Oh,
guys
good.
all got your mask on, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm Dixon.
I'm Dan. Dan, nice meeting you. What's your name?
Joe.
Joe?
Hey, how you doing?
And you guys are still under mask, huh?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
just,
So when are they going to open the meetings?
It'd be, we're planning on the April 1st.
April 1st?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that because of COVID?
No, just one of the goals we're setting to just get everything ready so we got it all clean. And,
So you guys are going through and doing like maintenance and
Yeah.
stuff? Cool,
and
cool.
hand sanitizers and all that.
How long have you guys been in? I was in like 22 years. How long you guys been witnesses?
Oh, it's been my whole life, so.
Your whole life?
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking? Do you guys ever feel bad because it's been closed so long? The only reason I'm saying this is like, you know, they shut down because of COVID, right?
Yeah.
Taking all the precautions. But do you guys feel like at all like upset because it was like a year after everybody else opened that you guys got to open up? Like, do you feel bad that you had to stay like closed down a year longer than everybody else? Because, you know, like rest of the churches, you know,
Yeah.
I drove around and they're all going to church, right?
Yeah.
And so do you guys feel bad at all?
Oh, no, not at all.
Not at all?
Yeah, because, you know, we have the Zoom meetings going on and
They were pretty
we-
regular and consistent. They
Oh, yeah.
started up right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we still did our ministry, you know, doing letter writing, phone ministering, and. But,
Gotcha. So it
can
never
I ask,
stopped.
What's up with the recording?
Yep, I do videos. You know, I was a Jehovah's Witness 22 years, and I left a little while back. I left over the generation prophecy. I don't, you know, I'm not angry. I
Yeah.
just decided to leave. I don't know if you guys were in that prophecy, the generation 70 or 80 years from 1914, the world was going to end. And so I just left because of that. I actually, basically, since you asked, you know, I went to the elders and I said, hey, I got a question. You know, did a prophecy pass? You know, did we pass prophecy? Because I was born in.
Yeah.
And so I was in for a long time. You know, I'm 63 now. And so I was in for a long time. And I went to the elders and I just said, hey, did we just pass prophecy? And that was in the 80s, about 1986. And they put me on apostate watch. And I thought that was wrong. You know what I mean? Because I feel like we should be able to ask the governing body a question. You know what I'm saying? Do you
Yeah.
guys agree with that? Because I asked him, and I actually another brother came up to me and he said, Dan, don't ask a question. And I said, well, I can't ask a question. He said, because they've got you on apostate watch. And I said, apostate watch for what? I said, I've been preaching my ass off. I was preaching about the generation prophecy, you know, the Revelation book. And so anyway, that's why. And so I like to ask witnesses questions, you know, how you guys have maintained your faith through all of that. Because you guys went through, because you've been in a long time. So
yeah.
you've been through the generation prophecy, maybe the 1975, maybe the overlapping generation prophecy. So if I might ask, how have you guys able to survive that mentally?
Oh, quite, you know, prayer and just research and just doing what Joe has asked us, doing the preaching work and, you know, just surrounding yourself and trusting in him.
Gotcha.
It's been easy. I know the times are really hard and difficult.
They are.
But you know what? If you do things accordingly, then he will help you. Like in the scripture. See, let me bring it up. Like the anxieties, that's the one I really like.
Thank you
Over
guys
that
for this little
Psalm-
time interview.
Oh
you know?
yeah, at Psalms 94, verses 17 through 19. If Jehovah had not been my helper, I would soon have perished. When I said, my foot is slipping, your loyal love, O Jehovah, kept supporting me. When anxieties overwhelmed me, you comforted and soothed me. And so that verse, it is comforting. He has us by the right hand. And
Gotcha.
it's our decision. If we want to let go of that hand, then we will soon
Gotcha.
stumble
Gotcha.
and the anxieties will overwhelm us.
Are you guys at all worried that they're going to sell your Kingdom Halls? You know, there's a lot of talk. I know they're selling them off. You guys probably know that. They're selling off Kingdom Halls in a lot of places.
Yeah.
Do you guys worry? Because when I went to look for this hall online, you know, I was looking for a meeting time because I've been in this hall before. And when I checked, it says this property, I don't know if you've seen it in the directory on the phone, but it says that this property, inquire about this business. So are you guys worried that you might be fixing this hall up to sell? Because I know you guys are pretty on jw.org now and you got the tablets and stuff, but anyway.
Yeah, we aren't worried.
You aren't worried if it sells or it don't
because
sell?
I'm on the maintenance coordination of this just upkeep, so that's why I'm here.
Gotcha.
It's working.
Gotcha.
Getting
Well,
ready,
it's looking
but
good.
It's the old Kingdom Hall,
Yeah.
so
Gotcha.
if Jehovah decides it's right to sell it, I'm 100% supportive. If decide keep it, supportive of that as well.
Do you guys feel good about meeting on Zoom? Does it feel like you're meeting like in person? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
It seems like,
It's
because I have a
different.
buddy,
It's
he's on the
different,
Zoom
yeah.
and he even gives talks on the Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm
do
like,
too.
are you serious? Like you actually give a talk? And he says, yeah. And I never even thought he could run a computer, my buddy. You know, he went
Yeah.
back. Anyway, but he said they're all on Zoom and everybody's happy and you guys feel like you're connected to each other?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
Well, because it's just not Zoom. So you call, keep in contact. Like today is actually the first time I've seen these guys in 2 years.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, in person.
No way.
But by keeping in contact, we've been able to keep up. And but we just came here because we just had the carpets cleaned.
Are you, wait a
And
minute,
so-
I'm just curious, are you serious, 2 years? I was thinking about that, the only reason I say that is because I was thinking about that, like, do they meet outside, like, do they get together and encourage each other,
No.
or is it all
Yeah.
100, are you
It's
serious?
just whatever is absolutely necessary, and it's not absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
I know, but
but-
don't you miss each other? You know why I say that? I go around to some of these other places and look at these churches just from
Yeah.
a distance, because I've never really joined up any, and I see the people hugging, loving, embracing. Don't you miss giving hugs to your brothers?
Oh, I mean, for sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's not like on a Zoom where you can't touch anybody, but I thought at least the witnesses would be like, let's go have a cup of coffee or let's go get some food or something, but it's been that mandated, huh?
It's been suggested.
suggested.
Of course, the body's not going to tell you to do it or not. They just say we suggest you. Just
Okay.
like the shots, it's not you have to get the shot or you aren't coming back.
So it's not mandated, the shots?
no.
If you come
It's
back,
a
will you
come-
have to be under mask or does it matter? No.
It's suggested that you wear a mask, but it's not going to be enforced. We aren't going to be doing temperature checks. We aren't going to do any of that. It's going to be a free will. It's just encouraged to because it's still a pandemic and we still need to be on the
Gotcha.
cautious side. And that's the whole thing this pandemic's taught us. It's taught us to see the danger, conceal yourselves, or prepare yourselves.
See the calamity
Yeah.
from afar and
Yeah,
seek to conceal yourself.
if it
That's
gets
right.
a little worse and we get direction from the body, let's shut the means back down for a little bit. We'll be totally fine with
So
that.
I got one last question. As far as coming back, because I know we were never part of the government, right? We were never part of going to war, and
Yeah.
we took a neutral stand. So when the government mandated the COVID, society said we shut her down.
Yeah.
Because I was like, when I went to the meeting, you guys know, do not forsake the gathering of ourselves together as some of the custom, right?
Yeah.
So when I heard it was shut down, I couldn't believe it. And then, but here's the problem, the only problem I had, and you guys maybe have already addressed it, but the question that I had was, when they mandated to go back, why didn't they go back? That was my only thing. I thought, are they just selling off all the Kingdom Halls? or you know what I'm saying? I was like, from the outside, because I have friends who are still brothers and stuff, and I'm like, how come you didn't go back when the government said go back? When they said shut down, you shut down. But a year ago, everybody went back. So anyway, I just wondered if you guys, was it just society saying we're going to watch out extra carefully, or is that what it was?
So, at the start, we was more precautious at the beginning. So we was not meaning to get together in person. We was on Zoom before it was required to do it from the government's standpoint.
Okay.
And so, just following the scriptures, be prepared, see the danger. So we seen the danger, so we got ready for it.
I got you.
And so, at the start, you remember the first wave, it starts decrease, and they say, hey, it's better, and they start opening more things, then a huge spike jump.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's
So you weren't sure yet.
Yeah, so
okay.
it's a new virus. Everyone's still learning.
Everybody's
Government's
still learning. Yeah.
And so just being precautious, just kind of examining and see what's going to happen. And
Okay, that makes sense.
And they had a couple pre-meetings to test, see how it went, and so it was eased into it, and they went good. And so then now we are
Gotcha.
go back.
Okay, April.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll stop by and visit you guys in April.
All right,
Well,
sounds
good
good.
job,
And
guys.
what
Keep
was
up
your
the good
name
work.
again?
Dan.
Dan?
Yep, I'm Dan,
Yeah,
and
that's
I
nice.
live just across the bridge over there. And like I said, I do videos and talk to people, and not trying to cause any trouble or anything.
Yeah. Well,
Just
you
inquiring.
you seem very nice.
Yeah, I was a
It
witness
nice
for
meeting you.
40 years.
Yeah.
And so, I left a while back, and that was my reason for leaving. Like I said, was a generation. I went through the Revelation book, and we said 70, 80 years from 1914, the world was going to end. So
Yeah.
I asked the elder, and then later on, they just looked at me with a blank stare. And that's when I was like, we can't ask governing body. We can't say 70 or 80 years from 1914. It's kind of like Jehovah spoke to you. You put it in the magazines. I read it. I preached it. I went door to door. And then I asked the question, and they got silent. And the next thing you know, they went to the. They came to me. A brother, an elder, came to me. A good friend of mine. I don't know if you know Bill Barr. Anyway,
Don't sound familiar.
Anyway, he came to me and he said, Dan, don't ask any more questions. And I thought, I can't ask a question? That's when I was like,
Yeah.
I felt like something's wrong, for me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying for you guys. That stumbled me.
Yeah, questions are good.
Questions are
Yeah.
good, but why should I get put on apostate watch like I'm watching all this information online and all this stuff? So anyway, that was my journey. And but I understand people wanting to stay and stay in and worship. That's
Yeah.
everybody's choice. I don't try to hurt anybody for taking that choice.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I'll let you get back to work.
Alrighty.
Thank you for your time,
All right,
guys.
yeah,
Thank
it was
you.
sure nice meeting
Nice
you.
meeting you. Sorry, my hands are freezing.
Oh,
Nice
yeah,
meeting you
it's
too.
cold.
Okay.
But,
Well, you guys stay safe from the COVID and
Yep.
keep up the good work. I saw
Oh,
the
you
car.
too.
That was the only reason I knocked on the
yeah.
door.
Yeah, we just wrapping it up, and actually I gotta come out here anyway. But
You got it.
yeah, be careful and
I will.
be safe.
I
Nice
will.
meeting you. Probably see you down the road. Then,
Yeah,
huh?
you will. Okay.
Excellent.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, have a good
All
one.
right. Bye-bye.
You grab the phone on this other side. Or...
Hey, everybody. So we just finished an interview with the witnesses there, and they're very nice. It's telling me their side of the perspective. And anyway, it was a nice meeting. No bad feelings. Nothing bad, and really, actually, it was kind of enjoyable. But they're doing maintenance, and like I said, little do they know, Angela encouraged me to go knock on the door. And so I did, but, oops, let's get rid of this. Got a low battery. Anyway, it was interesting that they're, just like somebody said online, they're maintaining the buildings.
Gotcha.
You said that. Angela said that. They're in there fixing up the buildings and
Getting it ready for sale.
getting them ready for sale,
Yeah.
and just kind of fixing everything up. So it's interesting. The guy's taking pictures of my license plates, and I think he recorded a little bit of me, and that's okay. But anyway, I got to tell him my side of the perspective, the generation prophecy, why I left, and they were very open. But it's interesting that they could care less about whether they sell the kingdom halls or not. They said they didn't care.
Weird.
I said I looked at the kingdom hall on the registry, and they said they might be opening in April. if Jehovah wills or something. But anyway, that's what was very interesting, was whatever Jehovah wants. So the guy said he's on the maintenance and he fixes up the old hall, and they're in here working on it.
Just this one?
Yeah. And so
they're getting it ready for sale.
Getting it ready for sale, because online it says inquire about this property.
See, it hit me that if they would just get the people to come in here, it would motivate them to dust and clean and run the plumbing and get everything all looking good, because people are going to come back, right?
Yeah.
And then because in the computer it said, preparing, like available for sale, or not a sale. It wasn't quite like that. It was available for consideration of sale, or something along the line of that in the internet. It was like, what?
Yeah, all of them said that.
Yeah.
There's like 3 of them, and
yeah.
I actually checked out 2 of them, but there were 3 halls, but 2 of them said, inquire.
Inquire for sale or something.
Inquire this business.
Mm-hmm,
and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that was really weird.
So anyway, more halls are going to be going. Apparently they're consenting. Here's something else interesting.
Huh.
They said they haven't met with each other in 2 years.
Wow.
These guys have not, they said that's the first time he's talked to those 2 guys in 2 years.
Oh my gosh.
That's what kind of mandates they got. And I asked them about the time. Yeah, that...
those are young kids.
Yeah.
How do they stand to be away
And I
from
said,
each
don't you
other?
miss hugging each other? Don't you miss, and they're like, well, we got to stay safe, and I was just blown away.
One guy had a mask and the other 2 did not.
No, they both all had masks.
Well, guess what? When you left, they took them off except for the one kid that came out with those cones.
Yeah, because they're out of the building now, but all of them have masks. They're all terrified
boy.
of COVID. They're all terrified of each other.
Wow.
Like I said, they have not seen each other. They have been confined to their homes in Zoom.
Wow.
They have not talked. I said, don't you miss hugging? And I also asked them about the meetings and, why they haven't met in a year. Everybody's gotten back. I said, I go to different churches and, and the people have went back, and they're hugging each other and they're loving on each other. And when I said, do you think that's unfair? That governing body, won't let you come back and have that embrace. There was a big pause. There was a big silence. Do you think that's, controlling, whatever I said to him.
Right.
But anyway, guys, we just wanted to check out the status. The other hall that we saw is empty too. There's nobody meeting here.
Normally at 1 o'clock they start, but it said nothing since COVID. So they haven't gotten together. So maybe today at 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't think so.
Are they going to get together here?
It says temporarily closed.
Okay.
This was the only one that looked like it might be open. They didn't have it temporarily closed on it. So anyway, it's COVID. They're afraid of COVID.
Did he say they were going to have a meeting today?
No, April.
April, that's right. Sorry.
They said maybe in April.
Maybe.
If COVID don't spike.
If they don't sell the building first.
If they don't sell the building first.
Oh my.
These guys have no idea what's going on, but they've been told to go in and do the repairs and fix them up. Apparently they've got a crew, and anyway, they still follow blindly. So anyway, that's their choice. It's not my choice. I chose to come out from under governing body, Watchtower slavery, and I'm not their good-for-nothing slave anymore. I'm a free agent, which is what God wanted me to be, and Angela is too. Amen. And so anyway, share this video, guys. Wow, I didn't expect to have an interview today with a few guys, and just asking them those questions point blank. The guy even read a scripture to me off his cell phone.
Right?
I don't know what it was saying. But anyway, guys, that's it. We're going to check out here. Just wanted to come out on this Sunday morning and see what the heck was going on. So anyway, nothing's going on here at the Kingdom Hall. And
let's go take a picture of that car.
Yeah,
license plate.
It's shut down. So Angela wants to take a picture
of the kid's license plate. 3 teenagers.
Yeah, why is that?
Just for our protection too, to who we talk to, right? So
we're just heading around the building now. So yeah, this parking lot is completely empty. You could take it with your phone if you want.
I didn't bring it.
Then I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to put it on the video.
Okay. Oh, they're back there.
Anyway.
Okay, well, I'll just take it down in my mind's eye. Okay. Oh, put the thing up so we couldn't. Oh, how clever is it?
That's okay.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah, they don't want to be seen, so they put their mask up real quick.
And they took out their license plate up on the hood of the back of the car so you couldn't get it.
Yeah. Oh, Angela said they put their license plate up so we couldn't see it.
Right.
Anyway,
Because
guys,
they
that's
got
the end
ours,
of the Kingdom Hall.
They got our license plate, but we're not allowed to get theirs.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't mind them checking me out. Anyway, that's it, guys. Pass the video on here in Idaho, where I'm at. No meetings. COVID still reigns, and they're still following with the Zoom meetings. They apparently they really like the Zoom, and again, they haven't been together in 2 years. They said they didn't see each other till today. So, anyway, wow.
Oh my gosh! I just realized today is the 20th. And that wasn't the 20th or the 21st. They shut everybody down and told us we had to stay in our homes and all that.
I think it was.
It's like 2 exactly years, like today. Is that crazy?
Wow, that is
Yeah,
crazy.
it's a 2-year anniversary today.
Yeah.
Wow, or maybe tomorrow, but I think it's today.
So anyway, guys, I got to check out driving. Got to get my seatbelt on. So anyway, pass the video on. Let people know what's happening. Still under heavy-duty mind control. Fear of COVID. They've instilled fear so deep in them. They're still under mask. And what's interesting about this town that I live in, which is Caldwell, there's been no mask mandates here for how long? Never. There never has been a mask mandate.
That's true.
And COVID hit very light here. I mean, it was like it wasn't even here. They never shut anything down. The restaurants have been open. A few restaurants, you know, a year and a half ago or so.
Yeah,
But
I'll bet those guys were able to see their friends day in and day out, but they can't see their brother. Do you know? Because this Caldwell where we live, it's been the lightest no mask mandate. Like at Christmas, for example, that first year in 2020, everybody came to Caldwell because we were able to have Christmas ice skating, people back to back, just loaded, looking at all the lights in the town because it's massive, beautiful lights, just packed in like sardines.
Yeah.
And hardly anyone wearing a mask. And that was in 2020 December, and now we're a whole year later. And you know they're getting together with their friends, and they're together day in and day out. But with their church friends, you know, their JW friends, no, they can't. And yet they're in the same town. That's just weird.
That's really weird.
It
like
is.
I said, you know, I can imagine other places in the world that really have, you know, a so-called pandemic, you know, a COVID thing where it's really broken out, but here it's
we've
little
got
to
freedom.
nothing. So I was so surprised when I opened that door and saw them all under mask and, you know, afraid. And, you know, Watchtower sure done a good job, like they always do, taking a crisis, making the best out of it. They're selling halls. Now they're telling people they're going to meet, like somebody said, so they can go fix up the halls. You know, take a head count. They're going to take a head count. They're going to see how many people have just abandoned this bullshit and left and are
instilling
starting
a
to
lot
think
of-
for themselves. Go ahead,
And they're
Angela.
instilling a whole lot of fear. I can see that they've been really doing that for the last 2 years. They can't see each other. They have to wear masks. They're afraid of it. They're still afraid of being together, hugging, and all of that. Unbelievable. What fear? It's evil because of the fear alone.
That's right. That's right. So anyway, guys, we want to just say thanks for watching, and we'll be talking to you soon. We'll be keeping an eye on when they meet, if they meet. They don't sound like they're really, I don't think their intention to meet is what you would call genuine. No. I think their intention is, like somebody said, fix up Kingdom Halls and do head count. See how many people are left, how many more halls they can sell, and you know, if they do keep some pilot organizations up, it'll only be to push them to get out there and preach. Because the truth of it is, you cannot bring in people over the phone. You can't. You will not bring anybody in over a letter. If somebody gets a letter, it goes in the trash. Most of our mail is junk mail. We throw it away. And so to think that you're going to witness telling somebody about the Bible over the phone, I mean, the minute you open it up, right, and you look and you say, oh, it's religious, you just throw it away. And most people feel that way about witnesses.
And about religion, period,
And,
right now,
and
honestly.
and about religion, period. So they've got to. It seems like if they're not going to go out of business, which I think is the reason for the media center, so that they can promote in a wider way
Right.
over media,
Another way.
internet.
And because they can't go door to door anymore, I mean, I don't think they're going to ever do that again. So they got to come up with another way. Like worldwide, a Church of God that I was raised in was half Jehovah's Witness, half Jewish. We had the second largest printing press in the world in Pasadena, California, and we put out magazines, and we had live TV and radio broadcasting every single day. So that's how we did it, as opposed to going door to door. Well, now the Jehovah's Witnesses are saying, yeah, that's the way we're going to go now, because we can't really go door to door anymore.
That's right.
I even think the Mormons are going to have the same exact problem.
Yeah, Seventh-day Adventists too. They have 3 Angel Broadcasting Network.
Yeah.
So everything's going to studios,
Yep.
Online. They have little meeting places where they film, and then they put it out to the masses. And then once they get the masses into tithing, second tithes, third tithes, fifth tithes, it goes on and on. Once they ask for all this money, and they get them, they give them their food, their spirituality that they pay for, then these organizations live off that. They don't need actual buildings. So the witnesses here are really looking at a win-win. I mean, if they sell off all the kingdom halls, get everybody, they've already got them acclimated to Zoom and have them on Zoom meetings, then they're ready to make this major shift. And they've got them tithing now. They've got them giving their money. You can pay money through PayPal, this way, that way, direct deposits, give us your house, give us your whatever.
Yeah.
They've already got them giving money, things we never heard about when we were in there.
Well, it's interesting. The Seventh-day Adventist, my dad's a Seventh-day Adventist, and interesting that he's not even going to church anymore, him and his wife. They just watch everything on 3ABN. How interesting is it? Afraid of COVID. Hey, we're elderly. We don't want to put ourselves at risk. So they stay home and they watch everything through the TV. So when you go to a Seventh-day Adventist church, I'm going to tell you what, they are pretty close to, seriously, a lot of the time, barren. They don't have very many people. And at least not the ones we've been in. It's been often very, very barren. So how are they getting their money then? Well, 3ABN. They watch it on TV, and then they just pay their tithes, and that way they've done their duty. So that's very interesting to me.
Yeah, it's interesting that they would be satisfied with them being told they're going to heaven. Seventh-day Adventists are told, we're going to heaven.
Yeah.
And so they're paying
You guys
for
have
this.
paradise.
They're paying for it. Yeah. They're paying to be assured that they get to heaven.
Right.
And now the witnesses are following the same suit with these media centers, these massive media centers they're setting up that witnesses are building for free. And whether it's successful or not, they'll just sell it off as another property. A massive. That one up in New York would be a college. I mean, they could sell that as an Ivy League college when it's all done, with all the trails and the lakes and
The one in Wallkill? That one?
yeah, the one they're building.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's in
Gotcha.
Wallkill,
Okay, I gotcha.
but it could be a college when they sell it. What do they care? They
Right.
built it for free. They've got all the breaks, all the 501c3 breaks. They've got it all. I mean,
if they had to sell it one day, it could be a center for Disneyland, and they could build all around it, and I don't know, something massive. They wouldn't lose. They absolutely would not.
yeah, craziest thing that people they're talking money, the witnesses now, and they're just shoveling it in and free labor,
Yeah,
and your
and-
daughters will be a movie star if they go up here and build this, and go ahead, Angela.
And here, they're supposed to be saying any day, Jehovah's returning, right? But they have these massive plans for these massive buildings all over the, at least 4, right? Australia. I don't know
2
where they
or
all
3
are.
or somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, and so massive planning. They've already been in the planning stages. Dan and I have known about it because they've been doing all kinds of research with the community, trying to see if they'll support them, and trying to get them to be okay with them putting it into their neighborhood area. And they've been having to just clear all kinds of problems to be able to get into these places to build these buildings. So they've been at it for a long time, planning. When paradise is coming any day, and now they're going forward with it to build these massive buildings. It takes 2 and 3 years to do. I mean, this is bull. That paradise is coming any day, any moment. Why would you plan then? It's such, I don't know, hypocrisy, severe hypocrisy.
Yeah, good point.
And my dad and his wife, they just love being able to watch all this stuff that they watch on TV.
Yeah, they don't want to go back to church at all. They don't.
No, because they have music, wonderful music all the time. They're just in love with this station. can't get enough of it. And so why go back to church? You don't need
Yeah.
to do that.
If
Pay your tithes, go to church on Saturday. That's their thing, right? And they're obeying God, and they're elderly. They have an excuse. They can just stay home. That's what they do.
Pay your way to heaven, pay your way to paradise.
Yep,
It's all
yep.
the same.
Yep.
Anyway, guys, that's it. We're at about 30 minutes, so hope you enjoyed it. Please pass it on. It's a rare interview. It's rare that you get to meet some witnesses and get to talk to them and share the things that we got to share. So anyway, that's it.
All right, over and out.
Over
Love
and
you guys.
out.
Happy Sunday.
Talk to you guys soon. Happy Sunday.
Rest.
Bye-bye.
Rest.